ìkànnì wa Koikimedia. Ká gbé àwòrán wá sí ibi báyìí kó lè ṣe máa rí. Mo like corner piece ibi tí à ń lò lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Tó ẹ káalẹ́ o, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́ ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa káàkiri ibi tí ohùn wa bá ti ń dé. A tún wọlé dé, àti dé bí a ṣe máa ń dé láti iléeṣẹ́ wa tí ẹ mọ̀ sí Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. Aya ẹ̀ṣá kò ń pé méjì, àbí báwo ló ṣe ń sọ Yorùbá yẹn? Kọ́lọ́run kó ṣàánú wa pẹ̀lú Yorùbá sísọ. Tó, good evening and welcome to Koikimedia Live, where we continue with our broadcast, our discussion, and it is the Tuesday, April náà ti ń tán, kọ́lọ́run kó jẹ́ kí a lò délẹ̀ pátápátá. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa tí ẹ bá ti ń wọlé, ẹ máa bá wa kí àwọn staff wa tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun, torí kò ń ṣèmi nìkan ni mò ń ṣiṣẹ́. Èmi àtàwọn staff mi la jọ ń wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́. Tèmi bá ti ń wọlé, àwọn náà ti ń wọlé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa náà pé ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, àmàkù iṣẹ́ ní ṣe dáadáa ni mo bá yín o. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ màá máa kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ, torí gbogbo ìgbà ni máa ń sọ, you know, kò ìyá ò kí ń pé méjì. Ìyá ti lọ, ìyá kù náà dẹ̀ ni. Mo kí ìyá wa tí a mọ̀ sí the late Alhaja Olúrẹ̀mí Ọ̀gábíkílàńkó. Kọ́lọ́run ọba Elédùmarè kó bá mi foríjì. Kò wá ń ṣe ìyá mi nìkan o, torí èèyàn á máa rántí ìyá, but èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ máa rántí bàbá náà. Mo kí bàbá mi náà pé ibikíbi táwọn méjèèjì bá wà báyìí, ìṣọ́ àti ààbò lórí èmi, àwọn tí wọ́n jù mí lọ nínú ẹ̀gbọ́n ni, àbúrò ni, kó máa fi ìṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ gbogbo wa, torí a lè ṣọ́ra wa. Bí èèyàn bá ní òun ṣọ́ rẹ̀, irọ́ ló ń pa. But ibi táwọn wà nísìnyí, àwọn lè máa rí nǹkan ju àwa lọ. Ìyẹn náà mo ṣe máa ń fi kọ́kọ́ kí ìyá mi ná ká tó wọnú ètò, torí you know there's no love more than a mother's love. You know, doesn't matter. Your mother will love you till she die, and even after she has died, she will continue to love you. So that's why we must continue to lórí ìkànnì mi o, tó bá wá tẹ́ lọ́rùn pé ìyá mi ni mò ń kọ́kọ́ kí, o ní right láti walk out of the broadcast. I'm sure you don't want to do that. Let us always remember our parents. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá lóbìí, ẹ jẹ́ mú àwọn òbí yín dání dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ mú wọn dání dáadáa, torí tó bá ti kú, that is it. Ikú yàtọ̀ sí kéèyàn kọ́ sùn. Mo sùn, mo jí, ó yàtọ̀ sí èèyàn ti kú. Ẹni tó bá ti kú, that is it. Kò sí àní-àní kankan mọ́. It is the end. And that is the reason why we must continue to appreciate, you know, not just our parents, you know, our loved ones generally. And we not just love our loved ones, we must also love who we are. By loving who we are is the reason why we are doing what we are doing. Because tá a bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá, ṣé Igbo ni kí n nífẹ̀ẹ́ ni, àbí Hausa, àbí Ṣẹ̀kírì? You know, we can love them, but we must first love, you know, our own selves. So, it is a Tuesday evening. We're going to take it slightly. We're going to look at what is happening around the globe. We're going to look at the politics. We're going to talk about almost everything tonight. Almost everything I'm going to talk about. So please share the program. Invite others to do so as well. Ibikíbi tẹ́ bá ti wá ń wò mí, ẹ fi sínú comment section, you know, so that kí n lè ní idea, you know, where you're watching me from. We are live on multiple channels as usual. So we can watch it from TikTok. We are live on I'm going to go live on Instagram in a minute. We are also live on Facebook, YouTube. You know, we are doing very well. We're doing very well. Our numbers and our viewers are still the same. It has not dropped. You know, in as much as people might think that, okay, maybe the viewership would drop. It hasn't literally dropped, you know. Rather than drop, it is increasing. So good evening, every one of you. Ṣé ẹ ti miss mi púpọ̀? Èmi náà ti miss yín. You know, You know, olóyè ló máa ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, a ní you know. All right, before we go further, mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́tí ń wọlé, I can spot you, ṣé kí n máa dárúkọ yín kí n kàn fi appreciate yín, Olú SAN, I cite you, èèyàn kan ní we are waiting, na Sowore we dey wait for Ìbàdàn. Ó ti lọ Ìbàdàn ní 2 weeks ago, I think Sowore was in Ìbàdàn. Sowore busy lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ọwọ́ ẹ̀ kún gan. Gani Olóyèdé, mo rí ẹ ń bẹ̀. Tajuddin Ibrahim, ọ̀nà ẹ̀kú iṣẹ́ o. I am from London, okay. Wow, London. I was out today. The weather is like, ó tutù, ó tún gbóná. Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú wa. So mo ráwọn tó ti wọlé, bẹ́ ṣe ń wọlé mo kí yín. Ṣé nígbà tí mo ti kí yín ká ṣe anthem? Ká bá ti wá ṣe anthem wa, ká wá máa tẹ̀síwájú. Àbí kí lẹ ní mo wí? Nígbà tá a bá ti ké anthem wa. Èmi dẹ̀ máa ń sọ pé kò kúkú ṣàwa nìkan la kúkú ń ké anthem yìí. Even President Bola Tinubu gan was able to recite the anthem in 2022. I'm sure whenever he's doing the campaign, because campaign ò ní pẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀, mo kí Shaki Hassan, mo kí yín. Thank you so much on TikTok. Ẹ̀wẹ̀só bá mi o. Mo kí olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà, irúnmọlẹ̀ tó ń jẹ mọ́ínmọ́ín. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọba wa. A ti fẹ́ wọnú ètò. Mr. Sophia, Mr. Koiki, ṣẹ́yìn nìyẹn. Èmi náà ni. Mo kí Mr. Lateef. Ṣé ẹ miss mi púpọ̀? I'm live now. I'm sure we can catch up with a lot of things. So let's start the Instagram as well so that we get all our viewers in from the Instagram as well. And then we can, officially start the program slowly and slowly. Mo kí Ọpẹ́, mo kí gbogbo àwọn staff Koikimedia, mo kí àwọn management pátápátá, mo kí Àbọ̀ Àjàlá, mo kí ó láwọn management wa kọ̀ọ̀kan náà tá a máa ń pè tó jẹ́ bí shock absorber wa. Òun náà ni brother mi, Miami, Easy Miami, mo kí ní Florida, ní Miami. Mo kí Alhaji Fuja, mo kí gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́. So let's start and then let's kick start straight away because, okay, it seems that maybe ẹ̀yin staff wa ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí share link síta so that kí n lè gbé link yẹn lọ sórí status mi. Ẹ bá máa share. Mo kí Martins, mo kí Afọlábí, mo kí Fáṣọlá, mo kí gbogbo àwọn staff Koikimedia. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, ẹ ṣé gan ni. I've been busy in the last 48 hours, but we are live again and we can do what we love to do best. Intakuku mọ̀ ṣe náà lélẹ̀. Ká sọ̀rọ̀, ká béèrè. Ẹ ṣé gan, Mr. John. And tonight I think we should make it like Q&A, even though any topic. I think we should have like a Q&A, question and answer. So ẹ máa ní ìbéèrè, ẹ pè, àbí kẹ́ join. I don't know what's going on with my, this phone, ó ti lulẹ̀, kò ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa, kò jẹ́ ká fẹ́ lọ sórí Instagram. So I'm going to use this one, but let's start the program. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, ká gbéga, ká gbéga, ká gbéga fálérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ́ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtohun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ bá mi gbé gbogbo àwọn links wa wọlé ní kíákíá ẹ̀yin staff so that ká lè share sórí timeline wa. It is exactly almost to 8. So we have 2 hours. Tá bá pọ̀, tá bá engage, á gbé lọ sí 3 hours. But a fẹ́ kó máa pé 3 hours. But tá bá busy, tí a bá náwọn nǹkan tí a bá ń béèrè ní ìbéèrè, èyí tí a bá lè dáhùn ni o. Torí kò ń ṣe gbogbo question yìí ni mo lè answer. Torí mo mọ gbogbo ẹ̀. But èyí tí bá mọ̀ àbí ìtẹ́ bá fi lọ̀ mí pé Mr. Koiki agbọ́n kankan báyìí ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló rí torí ẹ̀yin náà lè tún sọ fún wa àbí ṣẹ́yìn náà ti gbọ́. Mo fẹ́ wò bí mo lè start Twitter space. Okay, ṣé mo lè start? I think I should be able to. iPad yìí kí ló dé tí kò fi yẹ kí n start live lórí ẹ̀? Bí a restriction wà lórí mo ń bọ̀. So ẹ bá mi pe àwọn èèyàn wọlé pé a ti dé. Àbẹ́ ẹ̀ miss wa ni? I'm sure you've missed me. I'm sure we have a lot to catch up with because tá a bá ti ṣe program níjọ́ méjì mẹ́ta, we always try to catch up, with a lot of things. We always try to catch up. Okay, níbo ni Twitter wa kò fún Twitter ní access sí camera mi. Okay. Kí ló dé tó fún Twitter ní access? So níbo ni apps wa? So ká lọ sórí Twitter, X. Yeah. Okay. Kí ló tí kò fún má share location mo ní kò share location but fún wa ní access sí kí ló tá rí camera. So mo kẹ́yìn èèyàn wa, good evening and welcome to Koikimedia. Mo kí ẹ Martins lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Báwo ni ìyàwó àtọmọ? Mo kí ẹ Ọpẹ́ bá wa fi interfin gba donations sí gbogbo platforms wa. Ẹ̀yin staff wa ó yẹ kẹ́ mọ studio number. Táwọn èèyàn bá ti ń béèrè ẹ máa bá mi fi sínú comment section. Ìbò ni ìwé mi gan wà. Where's my logbook? Mo ní kí logbook wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi so that báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń béèrè nísìnyí mi gan mọ́ lórí. Tí olú ẹgbẹ́ sórí ti pọ̀ jù, pin number oríṣiríṣi, code oríṣiríṣi. So there's a lot in my head. So ìtẹ́ ń béèrè number +44, 74 04405917. That is the studio number. The +44 is the UK code. Without that, you cannot get access. Mo kí brother mi Àtàndá Ọlọ́run agbára ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí ìyá Yèyé Olúwakẹ́mi. Àwọn staff wa ti ń fi gbogbo link wa sí ta pátápátá so that ẹ ní lè miss anything. So the studio number is live. The studio number is currently live in case you want to call in. Tẹ́ bá ní question àbí tí ẹ bá rí nǹkan kan tèmi ò rí bí a tí ẹ expect ẹ ká ti fi sórí platform wa tí ẹ ká ti sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí because there's a lot happening, there is a lot happening. Kò dẹ́ ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà làwa náà máa pick. Good evening, Nicole. How are you? Welcome to my channel, Koikimedia. So as we're about to kickstart the program, I would like to appreciate all our viewers and those that have been following us for a very long time because some of you have just managed to come across our channel. I'm trying to start our Twitter, but for whatever reason, we are still not able to start it, but we see what we can do. I just need to get a little bit more device because I'm not using the software, so that's why we are short of phones and all that. So good evening once again and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, you've never come across my channel, this is Koikimedia where we discuss almost everything. So the WhatsApp number has now been posted there, +44. Mo kí ìyàwó mi náà, mo kí àwọn ọmọ Oòduà, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá, ẹ̀yin ìyá, mo kí àwa Risikat, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ẹlẹ́sìn àti àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe tàbáláyé, kọ́ba Elédùmarè kó ṣàánú wa, kó wà pẹ̀lú wa. Bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nínú Nàìjíríà, báwo lẹ̀yin ṣe rí sí? Maybe we should start from that note. Once again, anytime we say support Koikimedia, it is a voluntary donation. Let us remember that, please. It is voluntary. If you give us, that means you are happy with what we are doing here, and you are more than happy to contribute your own little quota. The way things are in Nigeria today, what do you see? And what and how do you foresee the future of Nigeria? What can you see? What can you tell us? Tí bá béèrè pé bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nínú Nàìjíríà, kí ni nǹkan tẹ́yin máa kọ́kọ́ sọ pé ẹ rí? Once again, We continue to pray for my late mother. May her soul continue to rest in perfect peace. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa Kẹ́mi, mo kí yín mọ́mì, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Wọ́n ní my Koiki, mo kí ẹ gbogbo ilé ọmọ Oòduà, ẹ ṣé gan ni mọ́mì. D1, I hope it's not the same D1 tó ń bá Very Dark Man fa wàhálà. Very Dark Man says he's no longer going to be on the social media because many Nigerians believe that he's a distractor. Show you you're right. Is that true? I don't believe that. I don't think so. Please share my program on different platforms and let people join us on this channel. So we are going into the program right now. We have started on a very lighter note. The way things, a great light coat. Thank you so much for sending me the heart. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. Eshegon Yawa Kemi, please share. Even if you're not going to be here the whole period of this broadcast, somebody else might stay here because everybody's busy. Victoria, it is a whole house. Thank you so much. You can support us through all our, medium of, account. If you are not too sure, please double check with us. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní Ìgwá, mo kí ní Èkìtì, mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọba wa, mo kí bàbá wa, Professor Adebanji Akitoye. The way things are in Nigeria today, what do you think and what are the probability that the way things are, it will remain so like that, or there are likely to be changes that might be of whatever benefit, whatever you might think of? I don't know, maybe you want to share that with me. Love say, please power tap because we want the agronomy. You're right. Tap power tap, Tony social media. They might probably Moki brother Milare Ekusheni and the new week. This week is not the last week. This week, tomorrow is the Art Day, according to my iPad. Thursday is St. George Day. If you're going to get a British passport in this country, you must know all these little things. Tomorrow is okay, I think I should use this one. So on Koni St. George Day. St. George Day. Whoever wants to get a British passport, you're going to do what they call Life in UK. The Life in UK allows you to explore and have a wider understanding. Baba Oba Eshegoni Mokiyisa, Moki gbogbo àwọn wòlíì. Mo like our White Garment Church, mo like KICC, mo like Kerubu, mo like Yadura, mo like gbogbo yín, mo like gbogbo àwọn àfáà náà, mo dẹ̀ like gbogbo àwọn babaláwo. Ẹ má jàjà ẹ̀sìn. But the way Nigeria is right now, what do you think? So St. George Day celebrate annually on the 23rd of April. Is England National Day. Yoruba National Day. I think we have Yoruba National Day. Mo kí bàbá wa Stephen Idowu Ekabosa. Yoruba Day. I think we have a Yoruba Day. Come and celebrate Yoruba Day. I think we have something like that. Let's check. Yoruba Day. What is Yoruba Day? No. Yeah, Yoruba Day is a vibrant cultural celebration observed often around August 20th. So that means what is sharing as Isheshe Day to honor Yoruba heritage, tradition, spirituality, and unity. It features traditional attire, music, dance, food, connecting the diaspora and showcasing Yoruba cultural richness. Key aspect, okay. So everybody has their own day, Asha Day, okay, or not long Asha Day. The city is busy. Eshegoni, good evening and welcome. It's almost 8 p.m. local time. And tó bá fẹ́ dá sí lórí TikTok, send the request Agbeyin Wale. And tó bá fẹ́ pè, the studio number is live +44 74 0440 5917. So whenever you are going to apply for your British passport, if you have lived in the UK and you want to nationalize, you will do what they called life in UK. I am not talking about àwọn tó bí sí UK. I'm talking about àwa tí a fẹ́ gba British passport. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa Fọláṣadé Olúbùnmi, mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ yín. Wọ́n ní Koikimedia ẹ kú iṣẹ́, ìlú Olúwa á fún wa ṣe, Olúwa fún wa ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, èmi lè pariwo títí tọ́lọ́run bá ní kò tí tó àsìkò tẹ́ fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation, àṣìwànú Nàìjíríà, tọ́lọ́run bá ní àsìkò dẹ̀ ti tó, kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá dúró. Bàbá wa Tibetan gan sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Thank you so much everyone that is joining us. I have many cameras, that's why ojú mi lọ báyìí. So tí bá gbójú wá báyìí kò ṣe pé mo fẹ́, wọ́n ní ojú lọ̀rọ̀ wà. Mo kíyà wa Ẹ̀bùn Olúwa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Tó bá máa gba British passport, ó fẹ́ nationalize, ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe tó ń pè ní life in UK. Ìjọ kan wà, a máa ṣe program lórí immigration, question and answer. So part of the question you will be asked is, wọ́n ní St. Patrick's Day, wọ́n ní St. George Day, wọ́n dẹ̀ ní Wales ní tiwọn, Scotland ní tiwọn, wọ́n dẹ̀ àwọn England náà ní tiwọn. So every one of them have their own different celebration annually. But on the 23rd, ìyẹn níjọ́ Thursday, la máa celebrate St. George Day ní UK. So St. George Day is just annual English National Day, honoring the patron saint. Ó dàbí àtàwà náà tá a máa ń sọ pé a lè ní Ṣàngó, Ọya, Ògún, ó yẹ ká máa celebrate wọn. So there are a lot of things that we might not be able to do as Yoruba people, bí nǹkan tó yẹ kó wù wá ká ṣe, because a ṣì wà nínú Nigeria. But as soon as we are able to have our own system of government, or fáwọn kan tó náà fẹ́ regional government, then a lot of things we can start putting in place. So good evening once again and welcome to the live program. Let's look at the topic. Tá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí. I've just highlighted one or two points that maybe you might also. Money, it's a Tuesday evening. Èní ni 21st. Happy birthday fún àwọn tó ń ṣe birthday ní April. Àwa ọmọ May, àwa náà ń gbáradì for next month. Money, politics, the world event, Yorùbáland future. Then Mr. Wale Edun, the former finance minister, yes, is no longer your finance minister. If you are not aware, the news broke about almost 2 to 3 hours ago. Just literally as I was coming into the house, the news was breaking that Mr. Wale Edun is no longer our finance minister. Mo kí àwa tí wọ́n ṣe agbátò ètò ti Kogi State. She has been planning this for a very long time, so I was impressed that ó dà pé Kogi fẹ́ outshine gbogbo àwọn state tó kù tá lọ. I think so. I think they did. The reception was top notch. And wọ́n ní tí kinní kan bá ń dún yọ̀mùyọ̀m, àwọn kan náà ló wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ pé kábíyèsí Ọọ̀ni òrìṣà, kábíyèsí o, wọ́n sọ nígbà tá lọ sí Ilé-Ifẹ̀ pé olóyè, ṣòro gbogbo àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé yìí, àwọn gangan ló ń jẹ́ kó máa gbọ́ olóyè o. Gbogbo pọ́n pariwo Ìgbòho òòṣà, Ìgbòho òòṣà. Àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé ẹ̀ yìí, àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé àwọn yìí, kò ń ṣe Koikimedia nìkan, àwọn ló ń jẹ́ kó máa gbọ́ olóyè. So a dúpẹ́ fún bàbá wa Ìgbòho òòṣà, a dúpẹ́ fún bàbá Akíntóyè, a dúpẹ́ fún, a máa kọ́kọ́ máa dúpẹ́ fáwa ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá nation, àwa dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ má bínú. So mo kíyà wa grandma ni wọ́n, torí wọn kọ́ àwọn náà wọ́n wẹ ọwọ́ lómi ní gbogbo last year. She's currently still at home. Àwọn ni the backbone of that Kogi State event tí gbogbo yín rí yẹn. So anytime tá bá rántí Kogi State, tá bá rántí pé olóyè lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn family Tolúlọpẹ́, we've been planning it for a very long time, but torí olóyè wà ní exile, a rẹ̀ fi yọ́ lọ síbẹ̀. Àwọn náà ń pè ní ìyá wa, ìyá lálùbáríkà, Helen Ọbáfẹ́mi. I'm not going to tell you what she does in the UK, but these are Yoruba that we should be proud of. Tó ti serve ìlú yìí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe serve ìlú yìí, but I won't tell you where she works. I know where she works. We're pleased and happy to have many of them like that. Mo bá dádì wa kan sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí, bàbá wa Fújà, àwọn náà wọ́n ti serve ìlú yìí in the public sector. Mo rántí gbà tá a lọ sí Manchester ní 2 years ago, táwọn ìyá wa kan invite me, àwọn náà ní OBE. So we have a lot of Yoruba people that also have OBE àtàwọn honourable kìíní. Queen máa pé 100 years, but ìyá ti ó ti wàjà. But ọmọ ẹ̀ náà máa celebrate it. So this evening we're looking at politics. We're going to look at many things around Nigeria. Kí ni reason tí I thought they say Yoruba nation is dead? Is that true? Ta ló bá mi sọ̀rọ̀? EL, is that your name? Ṣọmọ Yorùbá ni yín àbọ̀mọ Igbo? What do you think? Do you think Yoruba nation is dead? I'm asking you the question back. Do you think that Yoruba nation is dead? Mo kí bàbá Fatai Adesina. Kí ló fẹ́ pa? Ṣé fẹ́ tọ̀bẹ bọ̀ lọ́rùn ni? Okay, somebody has sent a request. Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa Lánre, wọ́n ti fún mi ní gift. Àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ fún wa ní gift púpọ̀ mọ́ lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta àmọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ Make Ìjẹ̀bú. So ká gbọ́ táwọn náà fi bá wa sọ. Yoruba nation is not dead. It's an ongoing project. It can never die. Because Nigeria is a mere geographical location. Orílẹ̀-èdè mi á dúró ṣinṣin, ó ti di dandan. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa Tayo Sophia. Once again, good evening. So nothing that can kill Yoruba nation. It is going to be part of what we call dialogue, politics, negotiation, lobbies, and everything you can think about it. Mo kí ìyá wa Mọ́lára Ìyábọ̀ Àjàlá lára àwọn board member Koikimedia làwọn ìyá dáadáa. So Mr. EL, Yoruba nation is not dead. It's an ongoing work. It's not a day job. It's not something you can get in 5 years. Àfi tá a bá sọ dogun. Àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ kó dìjà kó di a máa tẹ̀jẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Àwọn kì í ṣe àwọn Fúlàní tó ń tẹ̀jẹ̀ sílẹ̀. So the work of Yoruba nation is a project that is still ongoing. So that is about it. Raymond Mokinyi, you know, it's not easy being a Nigerian today because harassment, harassing. We see a lot of videos on social media and all that. So Mokiyawa Princess Adwoniyi, one, it is a movement, and anything tobacco in the movement. Yawa Princess Adwoniyi, who is that asking with a question mark? How can Yoruba nation die? Kí ló fẹ́ pa? We just have to be more strategic. Expectation tá a gbé wá láti the beginning tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá accept ẹ̀ àti exit. But nígbà táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ò kàn accept ẹ̀ pé no, bẹ́ẹ̀ ń ṣe fẹ́ ṣe yẹn, ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa dictate, ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa ṣe báyìí, ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa ṣe báyìí. While we are asking for Yoruba nation, some of our Yoruba people are still involved in the Nigerian politics. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa Mọ́lára. Wọ́n ní more strength, Olayomi Almighty will get the freedom for all. So what we are discussing this evening is everything entail. It is no going back, but we must continue to engage. Now, let's ask this question. Ìrọ̀lẹ́ so, you know, kò tí di alẹ́ rẹpẹtẹ. Ìtaṣí ìmọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ díẹ̀ kò dàbí ti Nàìjíríà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa ti dúdú wokowoko. As the election is getting closer in Nigeria, there will be a new government, whether we like it or not. Àfi tí àwọn Fúlàní tó bá yarí mọ́ Tinubu lọ́wọ́, páwọn ọgbà. And I think the expectation from a lot of Yoruba people is that àwọn sector kan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n pray pé tọ́lọ́run tó bá máa mú àwọn kàbá kó da gbogbo ẹ̀rú látọ̀dọ̀ tiwọn lọ́hùn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yé, tọ́lọ́run bá máa mú wọn, àwọn ni kó fọwọ́ ara wọn kọ́kọ́ dàrú látòkè ọya lọ́hùn. Ẹ ṣé gan ni Sister Ellen Ìyáwa Ìyálálùbáríkà, wọ́n ní thank you very much for the fantastic coverage in Kogi State. Ẹ̀yin náà ni nígbà tẹ́yìn bá ti ní Koiki ó ti yá, ó yá fáwọn àwọn team tiwa náà ni. Even though I was not on the ground, it was a fantastic coverage. Some of the videos that we produced on the day of Kogi State have hit up to thousands and thousands of viewers. So we're grateful for every one of you. Emma been and tell TikTok, we were unable to give you enough, but more download and more praise. So let's come back to the discussion this evening. Election is getting closer in Nigeria. Everybody knows that. Everybody can feel it. Whether you accept that election is working in Nigeria, whether it is not working, election will be conducted. But subject to the way things are right now, there is a lot of pressure from every corner. Yes, President Tinubu has a good amount of governors from about 36 states. I think he has about almost close to 20 something, if not a little bit more, to what he endorsed APC. But without giving him the green light as an incumbent, and tó wà lórí oyè nísìn, many analysts say that the chances that President Tinubu will return is highly likely. You might not accept it, but it's highly likely pé President Tinubu ló máa padà wá. Now, from the point of the future of Yorùbáland, as soon as the election is done next year, I am not talking about just the Yoruba Nation campaigners now. Kí ni kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá gbé síwájú President Tinubu if he returns back in 2027, May 29? Give and take till President Tinubu bá win election in next year. Kí ni kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá gbé síwájú wọn? Whether you believe in dissolution of Nigeria, restructure of Nigeria, I'm not sure whether we can go back to regional government. So the least you can get is maybe a restructure Nigeria. But kí ni expectation ni gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, àtọba o, àti ìjòyè o, àti kí ni expectation wa tí President Tinubu bá padà wá? Ṣé mọ̀ pé ní first tenure, the expectation was a little bit lighter because everybody knows that he might not be able to do anything the first tenure. And the first tenure is completely done now. Anybody saying that there's governance now is a lie. Again, if you're just coming on the program, I can tell you the breaking news that Mr. Wale Edun has been relieved of his position as the finance minister. Bàbá tó control ọ̀rọ̀ owó. Lọ́la yìí tẹ́ wà ní UK, there is going to be a lot of disruption. This is a breaking news. It's going ahead as planned. There's going to be a tube strike. Ẹgbọ́n mi ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní London, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní England, let me put it that way. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Nigeria mò ń bọ̀, ilé wa important fáwọn èèyàn tèmi náà ní London. Òun lọ bí iṣẹ́ láàárọ̀ ọ̀la 6 ló máa ń resume. Ó máa wá mú train kan tó máa connect. You will not get train services tomorrow from the news coming out that have just been sent by TFL as I speak right now. Ìyẹn wá important ká kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn torí ibi báyìí làwa ń gbé, ibi báyìí dẹ̀ láti máa rí owó tá máa fi ránṣẹ́ sílé. So tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa strikes, àwa náà máa ń strike nílùú yìí. So if you are living in the UK, this is message for you. Whether you have an hospital appointment tomorrow, whether you have to travel from point A to point B, ẹ fẹ́ lọ sí Heathrow, ẹ fẹ́ lọ pàdé èèyàn, ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ bí tí mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ó ṣe pàtàkì kẹ́ gbọ́ torí pé ó máa ní impact. Ẹ lè prepare, ẹ lè plan. Bí ẹ máa gbé Uber débì kan ni, bí ẹ máa tètè wọ bus. Torí mo like bus. I love going on the public transport, even though I love to drive. So this is the latest news coming from Transport for London. Òun lélẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ fi wọ̀n wáyé. Mo ń bọ̀. Okay, what's going on here? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kẹ̀? Okay, let's open it again. So, wow. Okay, April. Méjì ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú April. So, méjì máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní, no, mẹ́rin ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní irọ́, mẹ́rin ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní April o. Gbàásgbòs gidi ni o. Ọmọ àwọn tube driver ti yarí o. All the tube driver ti yarí o. Everybody want extra money. Go easy. All right, let's go to be Tuesday, 24th. So I believe it's starting from today. I think the disruption has started from today, but sometimes it kicks from tomorrow. So today, Tuesday 21st, Wednesday 22nd, Thursday 23rd, Friday 24th, ọjọ́ mẹ́rin, there will be what they call, all the strikes are going to run from 12 midday to 12 midday the following day. But disruption will continue into the afternoon and evening of the strikes. If you have not lived in the UK, you will not understand how this works. Everywhere will be jam-packed. Oh, imagine this is a train that moves millions of people on a daily basis. Kọ́ shut it down. That means pé gbogbo èrò tí train kó yẹn, gbogbo èrò yẹn, ó ń kó wọn bọ̀ lórí bus. How? Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe? This is where we talk about infrastructure. Because the development of those infrastructure, where there is it, àwa dúdú náà dé la gbé gbogbo ilẹ̀ yẹn tán fi ń sọ pé underground, London underground lénìí. Iṣẹ́ táwọn Caribbean ṣe ló ń lọ lọ́nkàn yẹn. Àwa náà lè ṣe the same thing. We need to develop, we need more infrastructure to connect every part of southwest of Nigeria. So there will also be another strike in May. But èyí tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní April tá a wà nú ẹ̀, ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìrọ̀lẹ́ yìí, or látọ̀sán yìí rather, ó di Friday kó tó tán. You can easily collapse. So ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ tẹ́ wà ní UK ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀, mostly in England, kò ń ṣe ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Manchester, Scotland, Birmingham, mostly in London. London ni city tí a ti ń pa owó, ibẹ̀ la ti ń rí owó. Kò síṣẹ́ kan tó jẹ́ṣẹ́ ìdọ̀tí nílùú yìí. Àlùbáríkà ní gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó wà nílùú yìí. Ìyẹn lọ fọ̀gbẹ́, ìyẹn clean títì, ìyẹn ṣe Uber, ìyẹn ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́fíìsì, it doesn't matter. Dignity wà níbẹ̀. So I pray that as these strikes goes out, àní farapa níbẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ́ máa ń lo train. I don't use the train all the time. Mo ti jáde lénìí, mo fi enough time sílẹ̀, mo wọ bọ́ọ̀sì ni, ó take me ní time, but mo débi tí mo lọ, mo dẹ̀ wọ bọ́ọ̀sì padà. Traffic wà, but ó move. But ọ̀la máa busy o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń lọ wọ train ní 5 o'clock. Nígbà tí train bá ti ṣe pẹ́kẹ́, kò ní ṣeé ṣe o. So that's about that. Now, let's come back to the discussion. Tí President Tinubu bá padà wá ní next year, because like I said, the chances that the opposition will defeat him is not there. But hello,
bro.
ẹ káalẹ́ o.
My brother, I'm listening to you.
No, ẹ máa dá sí ni, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ jókòó síbẹ̀, tẹ́ bá fi dá sílẹ̀, ẹ máa gbé yín wọlé. Kò ṣe.
Okay, I'm getting along with you, Koiki.
Okay, all right. Tẹ́ bá níbi tẹ́ ti fẹ́ bá wa dá sí, kẹ́ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ so that Ali. All right, no problem. So what I'm trying to explain this evening is, whether we like it or not, election will hold next year. But there's a plan that some people doesn't want election to hold next year. It's not the Yoruba Nation people now, because nígbà táwa ní ká má ṣe election in 2023, gbogbo yarí mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́, ẹni a má ṣe election ni. So I don't want anybody to come and tell me now, so it's one promote election. I am not interested, because nígbà tí mo ní ká má ṣe election nígbà yẹn, ẹ dá wa lóhùn. This time around, election will hold. Tí anybody bá try láti disrupt election yẹn, that means pé wọ́n ti truncate democracy, and we might as well end Nigeria. That's from my own end. I know the Northerners are monitoring the situation in and out. One monitor President Tinubu náà ṣọ́ wọn. I think El-Rufai will not get a bail until June. Inú àwọn náà tó dùn. I don't think maybe some of you know that. Because El-Rufai gbòógì ADC ni. And the law ló ṣiṣẹ́, I am not saying President Tinubu, is like they are pinning him down from not getting a bail. Whether he will eventually get a bail, I don't know. But if the election holds and President Tinubu returns to power for the second term, àwa Yorùbá, àwa southwest of Nigeria, kí ni ká present síwájú ẹ̀? Tẹ́ bá lè bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀, Bàbá Pablo.
Actually, we just have to look it into this angle. Like I just joined the program, not really politically oriented. I just like to.
We don't have to be politically oriented. The way Nigeria is right now, we want something. Everybody wants something. We want President Tinubu to give us something, whether roads, state police,
and everything.
But what I'm looking at, TSG, all the love from TSG from Nigeria to Nigeria, if President Tinubu wins back for the second term, kí ni káwa Southwest, our Southwest, I'm not talking about Yoruba Nation now. What should we be presenting more to him? Because he will only have another 4 years to be able to give us what we might be asking for. Àwọn kan ní job we could create more iṣẹ́ fáwọn ọmọ wa. Okay, mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Constant electricity and the road infrastructure, the needed other roads in some suburb areas needs to be attended to.
Okay.
Suburb areas in some angles that their road are still there. Our interior places cover infrastructures they are still lacking.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
So people say because they have some kind of local government chairman are doing this, are doing that, but then they lack infrastructures.
So we expect President Tinubu to look into the power sector, maybe.
Light is life.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Larry, any state police who are very, very important. President Tinubu must look into the state police, very important, independent of the federal authority. Okay, TSG, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ lè wọlé. Is all this issue Bola Tinubu wàhálà? Okay, àwọn sọ pé ṣé President Tinubu ní wàhálà gbogbo kì í issue tá à ń sọ yìí.
It's not.
So we must hold. I was listening to channels yesterday. What Jandowa, he was talking about the governorship candidate that they're going to elect or select or appoint in Lagos State. Governorship aspirant. So what I'm talking about now is the bigger picture, not just the picture of state police. We're looking at the bigger, wider picture for Yoruba people. And when we talk about Yoruba, we're looking at our future in Nigeria. If we're going to remain in Nigeria, at what ground? What are the bargaining chips? Because at some point, power will return back to the north. If Tinubu finish in 2031, I think Shele before that. So, okay, Mr. Paulo. Let's go to Omo Aki. Eba mi sọ̀rọ̀, brother mi Omo Aki. Eti gbọ́n bí ta sọ̀rọ̀ dé so far. Again, if Tinubu lose the election, we still have to negotiate and dialogue with the next president, whether Atiku, Peter Obi, Kwankwaso. But for now, the incumbency are always chances of coming back in Africa. So, Omo Aki, eba sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ń gbọ́ yín sà.
Èmi máa ń fọ́lù kọ̀ọ̀kan, mo dẹ̀ ti ń fọ́lẹ̀ láti mọ bí 2014. This Nigeria politics.
Ẹ tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bá mute mọ́lẹ̀ ẹjọ́.
Mo dẹ̀ ti rí a lot of àjálù.
Okay.
Bí mi ṣe wòye sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ̀mí.
Okay.
About Nigeria as a whole.
Okay.
Inú ti bá ti ṣe pé àwọn ò ṣe nǹkan, wọn ò ṣe nìyẹn.
Okay.
Láti ti jáde brilliantly láti sọ fún wa pé tí màálùú bá jáde tó vote against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ní Nàìjíríà ní 2027, máa win, Tinubu máa fail.
Okay.
Gbogbo wa dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé dẹ̀sẹ̀dẹ̀ àwọn ní majority.
Okay. Okay.
So right now, ṣó dìgbà tí bàbá wo bá padà wọlé.
Okay.
Ní 2027, bọ́tẹ́lì fún wa ní state police tá a fẹ́ láti má pa wọ́n ní Kwara, láti má pa wọ́n ní Ọ̀wọ̀, láti má pa wọ́n ní Ìkìtì. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin oṣù mẹ́fà tó ṣì kù dìbò 2027?
Okay, so point in is President Tinubu still have work to do before 2027. Must not forget that there is still work to be done. Okay, all right. Maybe, yeah.
Yes or no? Oh yeah, go do. Come, àṣẹ ló fẹ́ pa wọ́n ní.
Àṣẹ ló fẹ́ pa, but some of those àṣẹ yẹn máa lọ sí Senate, ó máa lọ sí House àti. So.
Yeah, but security or insecurity in the advanced countries, sir.
Okay.
It's not that we're supposed to speak about our security.
So tí bá gbọ́ yín dáadáa, So come key President Tinubu ma issue executive order with Donald Trump. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ CSG. Brother mi yẹn is always invited on TVC. We've been together in the UK. He's in security. You know, tí bá fún wọn láyè kò ní jẹ́ ká sọ mí. But I'll let him speak now because he's speaking from Nigeria and the network might not be as great, but he's in UK. He's somebody that I know very well. And maybe I'll tell him to introduce himself properly so that for the benefit of all my listeners to enjoy it from him. TSG Nigeria, about Bonsuke, sir.
Yeah, Yomi Ekale, sir. And Nigerians listen to me, Ekale. Mr. Yomi, you got it a bit right. Mo ti sá kúrò Nigeria, mo ti padà wá sí London.
I dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. Okay.
No, mo ṣe padà dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run kò ní kí n wá in the first place.
Okay.
Sometimes you see the way things are going, you just want to come back, do a bit of work, then we strategize and
go back again.
So you have nobody sponsoring you.
Okay.
You're actually doing your own self-services because Michael ni we talk around like I said, state police is already a dead project on arrival. Either we like it or not, Thomas. If anybody thinks state police borrow from me, ask me why. In general, to create portal for individual states. Okay, I want to just state. We got to she wants to divide already. 20% of the federal police to work right now will be the present police, while 60% of the present police right now.
Pretty giant.
Now give good, clear understanding of 60 months. Okay, that means about 30-31 beyond. One better, right? Right. So that simply means again, state police, as we speak right now, is a dead project on arrival. Either we like it or not, it is what's going to happen. Because I want to call it panel, no committee, to look into state police or whatever we call it. We'll see any serious person come on. I think for our bank. Yusuf is a friend of mine. I know him very well, and it's so unfortunate. Plan, but because he too wants the power, he wants the position, he wants that name. That is the peak of his career. Only choice.
Okay.
It is not as if state police cannot work. The money is there, the ideas are there. We have people that will make it happen. But it has been already politicalized and important enough to allow the state police. Well, oh yeah, bad affection. The same set of police that know that money, we cannot be using the same strategy. We will be looking for a different result. Could it work like that? So, my own point is this. Whatever we all can do to find a better lasting security personally within ourselves will be a better idea. Let me bring one thing to your notice. I was in Lagos. I went to a place here who exists Lagos. The place is called Lagos State Drivers Institute. They are the people in charge of creating drivers awareness safety for Lagos State. But ask me a question. How many Lagos State drivers, road users, lower how many? We'll see. Now, I have equally been made a consultant to this institute, so I'm trying to bring out what we call driver safety program. That simply means the whole idea of motor banyo, left lane, right lane. We want to bring this awareness on board.
Mr. Femi, let me ask you again. You've given us that state police might not likely be executed by 2031, if I'm right. What should we then demand from President Tinubu? Should he win the next election? Should he, election has not been conducted, should he, should he win the next election? What do we deserve to ask him from the southwest of Nigeria, our Yoruba? Because the state police now, you say that we might not get state police from President Tinubu before he leaves office in 2031. That is quite a little bit worrying.
Let me put it to you this way. The graduate of criminology and psychology in UK over here, and I hold the pedigree and is licensed to hostile environment close protection in the United Kingdom and globally. I'm equally a piece to Nigerian police in Nigeria. Mi ò lè pa irọ́ kankan. And this will come out and explain in a transparent way how this state police is going to work.
Okay, if we can't get state police, can we get? How about get state police? Is there something that we can get from President Tinubu? Tell us, okay.
Nothing.
Nothing. So in terms of this, President Tinubu.
Let me be honest with you. I am a very open advocate of good governance. TVC that I actually asked that question. I said it to them that people should stop talking about insecurity in Nigeria.
Mokiyemi Fatoki.
People should stop talking about insecurity in Nigeria, and people should stop talking about security. What we have in Nigeria is security business. Simple and short.
Wow. This is a little bit concern for some of us. I take Carlos okay, Mr. Edun Mandate. You've listened to some of the speakers. Maybe you're coming from another angle. Maybe I should repeat myself. It's not just one item I'm asking for. What should we present to President Tinubu as our point agenda for the Southwest? Because after he leaves office in 2031, those things might probably not be as easy to get. State police seems to be out of it now. State police, from what we are hearing now, state police don't present for 1 year, might literally be out of it. Good evening and welcome to everyone that have joined us. This is the evening discussion, politics, Nigeria, the world at large, Strait of Hormuz, Iran and Israel. At America, we don't know what is going to be the end of it. 20% of the global goods, to the Nigeria now because of an infrastructure. Mo follow woman kan tó fẹ́ ra epo ní Iran, 70 cents ló fill the tanker. 70 cents. Bó ṣe jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà náà máa rẹ epo nìyẹn pẹ̀lú peanut. But unfortunately, ìgbà tá à ní infrastructure tó máa develop gbogbo refinery tó ti collapse, Dangote ò ní rẹ kò ní pẹ́pọ̀ fún yín lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. I think the price about 1,350 lénìí. If I'm wrong, all right, ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ ní comment section. Ẹ bá gbọ́n sókè Mr. Edun, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ̀ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. When you forget the state police bill, we go through the parliament just a matter of time. Well, it seems somebody is disagreeing with you, Mr. Femi. We'll come back to you on that. In your honey, it will go through. Mr. Edun, ẹ bá gbọ́n sókè sir.
So I think the average demand of any Southwest person to be state police creation. Then for me, I don't think so. Anything is impossible.
Okay.
There was a particular time that an executive order was actually made. We elected him so that he actually will have a Yoruba interest there, apart from Nigeria interest at large. So since he's a president, if he says state police is not there, and we encounter different kind of security challenges, and he is our president, and by affiliation, he is a Yoruba, he is of Yoruba extraction. So if you want to achieve that, I believe by all means, he's supposed to do everything possible to achieve this state policing. You could see all kind of insecurity coming close to our region. People are losing their loved one on a daily basis. Number two, we already have regional structure development in all the six Southwest states. If we can actually have sort of strengthening a law that will actually be passed to strengthening our regional structure so that the infrastructure that we are getting, it will not be concentrated only in Lagos State, if that one will actually help, but will be extended to the entire Southwest. When I'm talking about infrastructure, I'm not talking about just road alone. I'm talking about so many infrastructure like the rail and stuff like that. If we can have this administration help us harmonize this regional development
Okay.
In terms of infrastructure, I think it will help us
By
a lot.
opening up the other side, like the Port Harcourt, like instead of having pressure in Lagos with the Port Authority, maybe open up the other side as well, and then that way it's more or less is breaking up, into much regional side.
Yes.
Okay.
I was watching what's it called? A video content of from Ondo State, whereby one of their beach, it overflow. People that are living there, they cannot actually live there anymore. So if you can have something like strengthening regional what's it called, stability of development, strengthen the development of region, it will help the region a lot. There are some regions that are having drastic development, while there are some regions, as you speak, I don't want to mention any region so that I will not trigger
Yeah, I understand. Yes.
We know that there are some people that represent one state from the region. So if you can look at those,
somebody's confirming that they said there's somewhere in Ayetoro in Ondo State. Yes, you are right, sir. Somebody's just confirming that. Go ahead, sir.
Use this power to help us achieve those two things. Yoruba will not forget its time.
But will they be able to have the will and the desire to do it with the caliber of people that will surround him? Remember, he's not just the only one have to do it. He will have to appoint. He will have to set committees. Are they going to have the same, agenda like him? Because maybe that might be a bit of conflict of interest, because they might say, well, you're pushing more. We've already seen that they say that the tax reform that he wanted to put was going to favor some part. It's not going to favor some part, and eventually that tax, we never had anything about it. It's like, okay, fade away. Good evening, Muki Bwente Darapomowa.
Necessity is the mother of invention. Okay. Everybody know in Nigeria that, in the Southwest, that we
Triple fashion, thank you for the rose. Oh, sir. Okay. Okay.
So everybody can actually, accede to the fact that we need security as a top priority. Okay. Something's supposed to be done in that regard. And also, secondly, in terms of development, if there is those things that has actually been developed in some of these other states, like Ogun State is not more developed. We can just reference to Lagos State. If it can be, if there is a will or there is a support even from the federal government, I don't know how they are going to do it, so that the Yoruba territory also, based on the connection, the channel, it can be harmonized for development in all the 6 Yoruba states. It will help a lot. It will help a lot.
All right.
That's my own submission. Thank you.
I'm coming back to you. Panel walale. And to ba fi pe wọlé now, the studio number is +44 74 044 05917. I've just typed in Bandit Nigeria on Google, and I'll tell us some of the headline that popped up, and then I'm going to go back to Mr. Omoakin. I've got a lot of TSG, Mr. Femi, the gift. My question is, if President Tinubu does not get the police reform, the police, whatever that is going to bring a bit of security at the time he returns back for the second time, if it does, would that be a failure on him? So in the last few days or weeks and months, when you type bandit on Nigeria on Google, the Guardian Nigeria News, CDS charges the troops to crush the bandit, take one out, keep Nigeria safe at all costs, 16 hours ago. 1 month ago, Global Center for Responsibility to Protect Nigeria, Premium Times, 8 hours ago, presidency lists Nigerian military success against terrorists, bandits, and other criminals. It seems that the presidency said, look, there's a lot happening there. According to the BBC, sponsor of terrorists in Nigeria, Boko Haram, ISWAP, bandit, IPOP government, published the list of suspected terrorism sponsors. Sky News, 1 month ago, Nigerian soldier killed 45 bandits in gun battle in Katsina. The Defense Post, 1 week ago, over 20 villagers were killed by bandits in Nigeria. Blueprint newspaper, Make Nigeria safe at all costs. CDS charged the troops 13 hours ago. The same message coming from the Independent News Nigeria. CDS orders the troops to intensify offensive against bandits. Then 6th of January, New Year bloodshed, a bandit tied up and massacred 42 men and set the village on fire. Omar King, would President Tinubu fail to give us a state police? What could be the end? Mr. Olatunji, the comment that came in says, and I quote, the armed forces or army are fighting hard against these terrorists, but it seems omi only tí wọ́n bá gbé rice kaná yẹ̀rọ kó Yorùbá tèmi ò dá omi pọ̀ jọ kà lọ. Mr. Makin, ẹ ti rí àwọn headline tí mo jù síta bí àkànnú ẹ̀ tí ó máa trigger yín á wá padà sí ṣé President Tinubu bá fail tó bá fún wa ní state police. Mr. Femi sọ pé kò likely àwọn kan challenge wọn. President Tinubu can use executive order, maybe like Donald Trump is using it in America. Why not? You know, as long as it's going to protect the lives of Nigerians, even tá a bá ìtẹ̀tí pín kúrò lára Nàìjíríà, kò ṣáà dákọ́ máa pa àwọn èèyàn wa. Kí lẹ rí sí sà?
For the second time, tí màá tún repeat. Bí unity bá wà ní country tá a wà ìtàpè ní Nàìjíríà tí bàbá wa Tinubu regime. Before we keep going to ṣe kó tó design.
Okay.
So in tí ó wàá fi bẹ́ kó ṣeṣe láyé bàbá yìí. Tó wá jẹ́ wípé nígbà tí àwa ń dà fún Yorùbá.
Okay.
Wọ́n ṣàwọn tí bá wà ń béèrè fún pé a fẹ́ lọ ni wọ́n ṣàwà fi allow bàbá Tinubu. Because nígbà tí mò ń padà ń gbọ́ scenario yẹn pé if not because we call for Yorùbá nation.
Fresh Mazuma for the gift. Okay.
Tinubu, because we asked for Yorùbá nation.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now, tí wọ́n padà ń sọ pé bàbá wa Tinubu, whether we like it or not, kò lè ṣe again mọ́. Àwọn dẹ̀ accept. Because minority ni wọ́n ń pe Igbo, which is not in the southern eastern part of Nigeria.
Okay.
Nǹkan wá kó wá ní southern part tá ń béèrè. Ó yẹ kó jẹ́ gbà táwọn south nìkan ní tó ti gbọ́dọ̀ secure ní Nigeria as a whole. Why? Ṣé àwọn dà sí yẹn wọ́n ń ṣara wa ni? Àwọn tí wọ́n ń terrorize àwa tó kù, àwọn sọ pé àwọn ò ní problem. Wọ́n ní weapon tí wọ́n ń lò lọ́wọ́. Làwa tá ò ní weapon ṣe ń béèrè kí bàbá wa fún wa ní security lọ́rùn ọyàn kó tó di pé wọ́n padà gbégbé balẹ̀ bóyá wọ́n máa padà gbé fún àbí wọn ò gbé fún wọn. Torí kò ṣúọ̀ pé wọ́n lè gbé fún àwa tí wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n kí ni kó jẹ́ fíìtì wa tí wọn ò bá padà gbé fún wọn? Òun ni pé àtàjọ ń gbé wa ta. Gbogbo ẹ̀ láì tẹ̀ ń kà í sà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí.
Okay. Kódà.
But kí outcome ẹ̀ àdéhùn sà, òun ni à ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara wa.
Kí ni outcome ẹ̀?
Wọ́n dúró wọn sà.
Mr. Femi Arotokun, before we go to the army upstairs there, I want to come back again to you. You've listened to the argument, and we can continue to talk and talk because that's what we have done for many years. Go to the power compound with Yoruba Nation. We've been doing this kind of talking. You've been to my studio on Star Radio. I've invited you. You have spoken to Archie. We have been really talking, even before Yoruba Nation self-determination campaign. But you are giving us some kind of information tonight that some have said, no, it's not likely that, you know, the state police will eventually come through. Nicholas says the problem with the state police is that the state governors will weaponize them for personal end. There will be end of fear gubernatorial election. They will be using that against the people. Moptown says, Ayetoro Ilaje Ondo State used to be the most advanced communist city set up in Nigeria, incorporated in 1950 with their technical college, welfare, social service. It's now being all destroyed. Good evening and welcome. It's Politics Evening, Tuesday rather. Mr. Femi Arotokun, let's crack on again.
Well, thank you again for having me. Oh my king, I listened to what you've said so far. Mr. Edun and the rest, I've listened to you guys all. But let me ask you a question. 2 weeks ago, TVC called me about this same issue that you mentioned. 48 persons have been mentioned as sponsors or sympathizers to Boko Haram. Edo, 2 weeks ago till now, àárí orúkọ ẹyọkan, àárí picture ẹyọkan, àárí organization ẹyọkan. Please, the question is this: who is deceiving who? Are they just giving us information to keep us quiet, or giving us information, okay, APC in Shenkom? I'm not from the angle of APC, PDP, ATC, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a problem. But
But I want to come from the angle of, can we just do something reasonable? Come out of politics.
Can we do something reasonable without including politics? But politics is about everything, right?
Yeah. If it's a politics back there about everything, shots here, say, oh, okay. Because people are saying, oh, the police there, our governors, man, she governors will look at 8 years.
Mr. Femi, I want to ask a question. Sorry to come through like this. Are we having issue with food security because of the insecurity? Shetorika and insecurity does she affect the food security and no? Or is it completely different thing entirely?
Mixing things up. Mr. Koiki, I could remember 2015 or 2016. I came down to Airport to meet up with you. Your sister was actually at the new West Ham Stadium, which happens to be the Olympic Park Stadium.
Okay.
You remember now?
I remember, yeah.
In London, there's what you call the food festival. People will come up with different kind of food ideas that they can actually use as entrepreneurship. Or the shelves calculate. Now, Nigerians in London putting the low fries in supermarkets. It shows we are equally improving in UK over here. Hey, Joe, do we have anything like food insecurity in UK? No, we don't. What we have is
No. What I'm trying to talk about, I'm talking about the farmers. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Now, there is a company here in London, one penny Hotel Chocolate. Hotel Chocolate in London be one she vodka, one she gin, one she something little fed at the Baileys. I want to she. Any more fed at if I yo, Kota wanta fun. Two of she chocolate in be want to convert it to so many things.
Now, Army service will coming to you immediately after Mr. Femi.
Now,
please bear with us.
We have what we call the hotel and catering management. We have the food science and tech department in Nigeria and in schools. So when we're blaming the farmers, we have to blame the schools as well. Now, what exactly are they using all this?
But are the farmers secure enough? Because we're hearing a lot of our farmers are getting tired of not getting enough support, apart from the insecurity that they have been facing. Plateau State, Benue State, food basket of Nigeria.
Not getting security support is down to 2 reasons.
Okay.
There are local chiefs near villages to work. Because now there's so much mineral resources that we want to discover in so many places.
Okay. So now there's a conflict of the mineral resources and the farmers that are trying to plant, and so there are some individuals that wants to tap the mineral resources.
Let me use my as a typical example. I'm from Owo.
Okay.
They've discovered gold, Nipele.
Okay.
Now, insecurity to one rabbit, Nipele.
Rise. So it's now affecting our farmers in that axis.
So farmers in that axis are now moving away and running away. So who is going to be producing all these foods?
Okay. All right. I'm coming back to you because according to the Independent, 13th of April, Nigerian food price surge again in April 2026, worsening cost of living crisis. We did a cost of living on our program some few days ago. Lagos, food prices across Nigeria has tightened further in April 2026, deepening pressure on households already grappling with high cost of living. Fresh market checks and retail data suggest that the upward trend seen earlier in the year has not only persisted, but intensified in the key urban cities, particularly Lagos, as the bag of 50 kg rice has climbed to 61,000 naira, marking a notable increase from 56,000 in just January. Army service, I don't know which side you're going to come from. You've listened to some of the other panels that have spoken on the platform. Let's hear from you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Razak Oladimeji.
Welcome, sir. Ẹ káàbọ̀, sir. Ọba Elédùmarè ló ń tètè iṣẹ́ wa.
Àwọn tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri kéèsì wa.
Yes.
Pàápàá insecurity. Limited go appreciate àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ gan. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú láàkáì àti ìrírí nínú gan. Ṣé rí àwọn kìíní yẹn? Omi sọ kìíní kan ní ìjẹta táwọn èèyàn kan. The genesis of this problem, corruption.
Okay.
Iṣẹ́ gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí o.
Okay.
Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ká fi state gan sí ẹgbẹ́ ká fi federal àti ní state wa gan ṣe é mọye tí àwọn gómìnà wa ń gbà fún security votes every month.
Okay.
Every month. Báwo ni wọ́n ṣe ń pé báwo ni wọ́n ṣe ń ná owó yẹn? A gbọ́ lọ́dọ̀ ẹnìkan pé owó yẹn fún wọn kì í bu wọ́n bí wọ́n ṣe náà. Jẹ́ ká bí àwọn tó wà ní diaspora pé ẹ bá wa bí wọ́n pé ṣé lójó tó kò yá àwa níbẹ̀ yẹn pé ṣé táwọn èèyàn bá gba security votes lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n tó máa ń ná bó ṣe wù wọ́n ni.
Okay.
Ilé ìtútù rẹ̀ kọ́ sọ ní pé bí bàbá wa bá kúrò níbẹ̀ yẹn Tinubu.
Yes.
Ṣé máa ń jẹ́ gbogbo àwọn ex-president wa tó bá kúrò níbẹ̀ wọ́n máa ń regret. That day I can be there again. Nǹkan báyìí ni ìbá tún ṣe padà.
Okay.
Bàbá wa sọ ex-president wọ́n bá sọ pé wọ́n regret lánàá pé àwọn tí táwọn ò ṣe táwọn ò ṣe. The same as well as the same thing. Donald Trump náà àwọn gan regret. Má bínú sà. Ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ problem yìí kò bá ti máa solve bí kò bá ti dé owó tíjì. Ṣé bí wọ́n hold national conference nígbà kan láyé Donald Trump?
Confirm, yeah, we had about it.
Kò dé ní padà sí ìgbà ṣe mistake kò ní padà síbẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ kí tó fi máa kú. Bẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀mà. Understand? Ó rí mo jẹ́ tó ẹgbẹ́ lọ́pọ̀ mi ò ní mọ̀ láti sọ o.
Mo fẹ́ ní mọ̀ kẹ́ tó sá lọ. Tí mo fẹ́ bèrè ni pé what should we put kí ni ká put síwájú President Tinubu if I see they use the word if he returns back for the second term, should we be the posted police, more infrastructure in the southwest, or how should we think about it? By the time he leaves the office, you're already saying that. I remember Jonathan saying that we have that video. My play tabati sotobo. Mo fẹ́ kí dáhùn ìbéèrè yẹn kẹ́ tó lọ.
Very, mo ti sọ fún kan pé corruption. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, ó máa lè fún wa ní state police ó wà òkè.
Okay.
Má lè nà kó sí kó ní advantages tí ó dẹ̀ ní disadvantages ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà káàkiri àgbáyé.
Okay.
Ṣé rí bàbá wa náà? Àwọn náà ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan pé tí àwọn ẹnìkan bẹnu bàbá sọ̀rọ̀. Àdẹ̀rẹ́ nìkan fún debunk statement yẹn pé títí gbogbo bá ṣe bí ṣe fẹ́ ṣe wọ́n máa pa. Wọ́n pẹ́ àwọn federal government tó jẹ́ spoke máa wọ̀ debunk ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Bàbá náà every níwọ̀n bá.
Well, I mean, there's evidence there was almost a coup. Tó bá pé coup yẹn bọ́ sí ni, we don't know what could have happened. So the chances of him to have been taken out is there because the coup was real. Even though what denied at the beginning, but now they've confirmed there was a coup.
Olóòtú ṣe máa fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá tí mo lè kí àwọn kì í ṣe rí.
Ó ti yé mi.
Bàbá ṣé rí èmi sọ fún mi kan fáwọn èèyàn nígbà tá a jọ ń sọ tá a jọ ń dẹnu bẹ́ẹ̀sì ní ìjẹta àbí ìjẹrin bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ọba sọ lẹ́nu Tinubu commander in chief of armed forces ní kí ló dé kí gbogbo yín fi kẹ́rì ṣiṣẹ́ wá ibi tó wá ẹ̀sádé tó kẹ́ ẹ̀sáàbò fún gbogbo àwọn citizen.
Okay.
Nígbà bó òṣèlú lámẹ̀tọ́ ó ń bèrè àwọn nọ́tẹ́nà sí.
State police.
Mo sọ pé tí bàbá fún un máa regret gbogbo wọn ló máa regret báwọn òṣèlú mi.
Wọn ló máa regret. Okay. Oda. What I'm looking at is ṣé gan-an tẹ́tí bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ náà because mo ní gbà wá lásìkò púpọ̀ lálẹ́. We've done the first 60 minutes lórí platform under 2 hours. We can't lè sọ̀rọ̀ tán níjọ́ kan lọ́nà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Mr. Adewale, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin dáde wa. It seems now that we have not really agreed what President Tinubu might do if he returns back. Akọ̀ṣe imbalance because nobody is giving us, a concrete answer pé nǹkan tí President Tinubu lè ṣe lélẹ̀ if he returns back. That for me is quite a little bit worrying. But notwithstanding, wọ́n ní ẹ máa present nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ síwájú àwọn tó bá jẹ́ politicians, in as much as that's what we have been doing for a very long time. Mo kí bàbá wa Saliu Lasisi. Wọ́n ní, Father, I am mo kí yín, this year Yoruba will win. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Let's come back to Omoakin. You have come out to say, look, Koiki, I might expect too much from President Tinubu, even if he returns back. But he still have, between now and 2027 is still, actually in April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Literally, they're campaigning right now. I don't think he can do much, but you believe that President Tinubu can still do some wonders. Before we let you go, Omoakin, President Tinubu should create some wonders between now and the end of this year, that some of us will say yes, whether it's going to use a presidential order, presidential executive order, whatever order, because let's remember that President Tinubu has Akpabio with him, and most of the senators are now, working with him, even to buy the Poju Aye gan ló ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. So ká lè gbé àwọn ẹlòmíràn wọlé.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, thank you. I am my over 40 years of age now, coach. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Benny. Okay. 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 Kó má pẹ́.
Wọ́n bá wo ti àwọn tí wọn ò fẹ́. Torí àwọn tí wọn ò fẹ́ yẹn ni ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe. Ibi àti gbógun kan láti rí. A ò gbọ́dọ̀ tan ara wa mọ́ Koiki.
Okay.
Wet Lion.
Mo wà pẹ̀lú yín.
Gbógun kan láti rí.
Okay.
Àwọn tí wọn ò fẹ́ kí security ààbò lè dúró. Wọ́n ní ó jẹ́ problem fún wa báyìí.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Jẹ́ kó wá pé àwọn làwọn ní, wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó wá tipẹ́tipẹ́, wọ́n ní we born to rule. Wọ́n bí àwọn láti máa darí. Ìyẹn àwọn wo? Ṣé àwọn àdó àgùntàn iṣẹ́?
Àwọn born to rule yẹn, ẹni sùúrù sà, àwọn born to rule yẹn, are they likely to destabilize Tinubu's government even for now or towards the second term if he comes back? Ṣé wọ́n ní power láti lè destabilize ọmọ pọ́tí face this school? Yeah, mo gbọ́ yín.
Wọ́n ní power yẹn gan o, but àánú láti ń gbé kí ló dé tí kúùpù wáyé lórí Tinubu láti over 20 years ago.
Okay.
Tẹ́nà Tinubu ni a tún explain school 2 times. Ìjọba tó bá yẹ kó ìjọba yẹn lágbára díẹ̀. Tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń bẹ̀rù kò ṣe tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀.
So they are desperate for the power back. So agbára wọn fẹ́ gba power yẹn padà at all costs.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti die.
Okay.
Agídí náà fi gbé mẹ́rin yẹn lẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀.
Fi gbélẹ̀. Agídí náà fi gbélẹ̀. So ìgbà tí wọ́n rẹ́dì láti jẹ ojú President Tinubu. Ọmọ alára ní, I have a dream that there was a huge riot before Tinubu was clear for 2027. Wọ́n náà wọ́n lálàá pé wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀, riot kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọmọ akẹ́bá ń parí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ sà.
Tí mo lọ gbogbo ẹlẹ́ni ẹ ti fẹ́ mẹ́nu gbà yẹn. Ṣé rí kó tó di pé gbé àwọn ló kàn. Ṣé wọn kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ṣá?
Go ahead.
Ó ti ní kó padà ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọdún mẹ́rin ni àdéhùn bàbá wa Tinubu àti President Buhari. So ọdún mẹ́jọ yẹn ló wà ó pé kìkì lọ ti fẹ́ ṣe again. Mo ti gbà, mo ti ṣe sí. Gbogbo ọkọ náà dá fún tí ò lọ. Lẹ́ni tó lóde ìdájọ́ náà kò jẹ́ ara ẹwẹ́ gbà ní Koiki. Tó ti yé yín.
Okay.
Òyìnbó.
Ọ̀dà.
Bó ṣe rí.
Ọ̀dà.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwa jáde fún ìsìnkú ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ láì bàbá wa.
Kì í sa ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn.
Tó kàn.
Okay.
Ìṣe àṣẹ pé bóyá ó jẹ́ tuntun sí wọn. Buhari ń dénú àwọn.
Statement yẹn ó dà pa máa fi wá ṣe program mi kì í má add ẹ̀ mọ́ta lẹ́yìn because statement yẹn àwọn kan ní statement yẹn ó ní bó ṣe jẹ́ ikọ̀ president Tinubu ní inú Buhari làwọn ti ń ṣe táwọn ń ṣe àwọn àwọn pé Buhari èwo because ṣé bàbá ti lọ but àní mú wọn wá àní mú mọ́ta lẹ́yìn torí a ní àjọmọ́ra wọn so ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi ọmọ akin fún contribution ní lálẹ́ ọ̀bọ̀ Elédùmarè kò ní jẹ́ kí a wára wa tì gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Oòduà simple A as ABC ABC náà ni kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ ká ẹ bá gbóhùn sókè mo fẹ́ gbọ́n tẹ́ fẹ́ sọ torí àní pẹ́ lórí ètò púpọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí mo kàn fẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ tó kí mi wá sọ méjì mẹ́ta ká tó máa lọ ẹ gbóhùn sókè sà.
Mo kàn stump on this program.
Ẹ ti wọlé náà ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n follow yín sódà àlejò máa ríra wa ó yẹ gbóhùn sókè mò ń gbọ́ yín.
Tí wọ́n gbogbo àwọn candidates yẹn Tinubu is still the best among them. The man is the best president for now.
Okay.
The reason being that our governors are the problem. Àwọn gómìnà wa lé ẹ̀ka lọ fàlétí àtàwọn agbófinró gbogbo àwọn house of kí wọ́n pè house of rep.
Ẹ̀mí ìtìmọ́lẹ̀ Mr. Adams máa dánwó sí wọlé ẹ̀rí ṣe sùúrù mo ń gbọ́ yín simple rahim.
Àwọn ẹ̀yẹ gbogbo ní problem àtàwọn máa protest àwọn ní ká lọ bá owó tán release fún every governor every month.
President Tinubu sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé àwọn kò fúta I mean money is going out now and I listened to Jendol yesterday and we know àwọn kan politicians ẹnu wọn dùn bí anything but Jendol sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá ó ní this is the government that has not ASUU strike nígbà Buhari ẹni tó strike nínú ASUU ó lóyún ó bímọ gbogbo alárí yẹn lóòótọ́ ó dẹ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn governors tó ń gbowó nísìn tó fi ń san salary pé wọ́n jẹ́ gbèsè whether that is true I can't confirm that and be saying that here but intanet sọ nísìn ni pé the governors must be held accountable it doesn't matter we must hold them accountable for the lives of our people in the southwest so ibẹ̀ ló jà wá lógún kò ṣe pé àláìka àwọn èèyàn tó kù.
Ẹni gbogbo ní tádé mú irú Ondo state yẹn tó ti wọlé sọ̀rọ̀ state lára ń sìn gbogbo tó ti ń gbà ní
àmì wọn fi wọlé yìí. Okay.
With the money, they will explain to us. Look at the schools. What do they do with those schools? Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló di habitate every day. They are just investing those money. Àwọn yẹn gangan ní ká lọ mú lọ́rùn pé.
Wọ́n ṣà ń kówó ìjẹ náà ni.
Security on education on health. Which will thank you. Owó tó release fún every of those agencies kò sẹ́ni tó release in the history of Nigeria.
Mo rí Zulum ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé mo cut in because Zulum release 1 billion fún empowerment project ọ̀nà máa ra kẹ̀kẹ́ márùwá Ọládìpẹ̀ plenty brother mi mo rí ẹ gbogbo ìlàrọ̀ owó ẹ̀ ló wà ó release 1 billion ẹ̀ mo wọ́n dà pé kí ló tó release owó yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ṣe jẹ́ nísìn Homeboys ní NDDC money in Ondo State is apapín mo like statement àpapín ó kàn pín ní àpapín wọ́n sọ di wọn níjọ́ tá a bá rí ẹrin tó bá ṣubú olúkálùkù akọ ìyọ kíni mo ń bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yìí tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok kọ̀ọ̀kan ti hold láti bíbà látẹ̀kan Adams ẹ bá unmute kí lẹ́yìn náà rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà. Ẹ bá mute Mr. Simpai ẹ bá mute ó yá à ń gbọ́ yín. Okay.
Àwọn ẹ̀rẹ́ la máa sọ. Tí ọ̀fẹ́ bèrè ni pé ó wà láàárín gbogbo àwọn state government tó wà.
Kí ni àjọṣepọ̀ tó wà láàárín gbogbo àwọn state government? Ẹ má bínú ṣe rántí pé àwọn state governors wà ó dà pé ní last year March wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé nípa security. Tẹ bá rántí tọ́ka Yorùbá anthem tínú wa ń dùn tá à ń jó pé àwọn governors wa wọ́n ti gbéra ńlẹ̀ insecurity ẹ̀ máa ó yá mò ń gbọ́ yín sà.
Àyẹ̀ kò sí kankan mọ́. Ṣé anthem yẹn ti wá dáàbò kan fún wa? Tinubu ò lè wá ní gbogbo 36 states. Ó fẹ́ sí kan tí kan tó kàn ní kẹ̀kẹ́ yìí. Ànífẹ̀ẹ́ wọn. Wọ́n ní ti south west yìí. Tí Tinubu gan bá ṣe sọ fún àwọn state police kalẹ̀. Àwọn náà ní gọ́ọ̀mọ̀ nínú iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n kí ni ipa táwọn fẹ́ kó pẹ̀lú sórí àwọn ni wọ́n gọ́ọ̀mọ̀ state wọn. Àwọn ló yẹ kó lórí àwọn ló yẹ ká máa pè títa láàyè lọ́wọ́ tàwa yìí. Nínú gbogbo ni o àti ti Ògùn state wọn torí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kan ẹgbẹ́ gómìnà bẹ̀. Kí ni àjọ pé wọ́n papọ̀ pẹ̀lú state police tá à ń sọ yìí? torí ṣé tí Tinubu bá kú ń bẹ̀ tán ni wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa forí ọ̀rọ̀ yóò ti
Okay.
ní àwọn tá a gbè ní South West Government nínú nǹkan pàtó tí wọ́n ní fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá.
Kí ni nǹkan pàtó tó ní fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá? Òdodo ọ̀rọ̀.
Ọ̀wọ́ kì í ṣe stéètì Koiki Bákẹ́lá yọ sọ lẹ́nu. Nínú gọ́fúnà Oǹdó àti ilé tó ń gọ́fúnà
Ọ̀ṣun àti Èkìtì, Kogi. Ọ̀dà.
níwájú rẹ̀
Ọ̀dà.
náà ni wọ́n ṣe ohun tí ò ṣe nìyẹn.
Yeah. Great light ní nothing pé kò sí nǹkan kan náà ni o, kò sí nǹkan kan nothing no tata fún yanyan. Mr. Adams, kí n tó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Ọlánípẹ̀kun, èèyàn mi dáadáa ni nígbà tá à ń ṣe campaign wa lọ tí campaign wa rẹ̀ ti tán. Kí ni ẹ̀yin ní expectation fún President Tinubu? Whether now, between now and the 7 month oku, or if it does come back for the second time, because we don't know what's going to happen. We can speculate, we can sit here, but nobody knows if the cabal will let an election to hold, if there is going to be a disruption of the election, or if anything might happen between now and then. A kàn ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀la. Kan fi kún. Ó dà. Tọ́ọ̀ ní fi nǹkan kan kún. Ó dà. Okay. Àwọn kan tẹ̀ tí ń béèrè pé kí ló tó pẹ́ báyìí. I receive a lot of voice note from àwọn ọ̀gá pé kí ló tó fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó ń pẹ́. Ó dà. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ní kíákíá kọ́ empower wọn. Ó dà. Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Aago 9 ti lù, a dẹ̀ fẹ́ pẹ́ ju aago 9 náà lọ. Ọlánípẹ̀kun plenty. Brother mi, ṣára ti le network ti gbé lọ. Ntí mo máa ṣe fìtì jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn. Ó dà. Màá ṣì ní sùúrù bí a tẹ bá resend request. We've looked at the discussion this evening, and politics has been really focused on at almost the first hour, at the first 60 minutes. We've talked about the politics. What was the reason why Wale Edun was removed? I don't know. I have no evidence of why, but Wale Edun has been part of the Tinubu's government at the beginning. But kí ló lè dé tí wọ́n fi yọ, Mr. Wale Edun? Maybe some of you have an answer to that. I want you to help me with that. That is on that one. Now, Yorùbáland future. What future do we want? Yorùbáland future. I want to see a future where we have, a good governance in our own sovereignty, not in Nigeria. I still stand with that. But while we are still in Nigeria, what kind of future do we emphasize? Maybe some of you have an answer to that, or maybe not. Well, as we know, we don't take much of your time because we always come out frequently on our platforms. As we're going to be bringing the program to an end again this evening, TFA Waleti network is kicking out. I'm sure maybe some other time you will have the privilege to join us. All we can continue to say is that there is time for our politicians to look into our future before it is too late. Because if our future is not looked into, there might be issues and problems that we might be facing with the with àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí, àwọn bandits, àwọn tí wọ́n fi ẹ̀mí ọmọ ènìyàn tàfàlà. Tẹ́ bá lọ wo, I think it was GUO vehicle that was attacked. The economy is not really helping a lot of our people. Our people are still struggling day in, day out. The electricity is not stable. Without electricity, you can't do much. Insecurity is a problem. A lot of our people are still living in abject poverty. All these are issues that we will continue to say that it needs to be looked into. And on that note, we'll probably be back again tomorrow. Ẹ má bínú pé ẹ rí wa lánàá. I was a little bit busy. We'll probably catch up in the morning tomorrow, God's willing. We'll do our normal morning discussion. But all I say all the time is Kolo Majekawa at the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of events took place that, was a little bit baffling for me. Àwọn girls méjì kan wọ́n follow ara wọn, wọ́n follow ara wọn. Èmi dẹ̀ rò pé torí ọkọ ni àbí torí ọkùnrin ló ṣe bára wọn jà. Homeboy says, and I quote, if this government changing security will disappear, definitely I believe that as well. I thought they were fighting torí boyfriend àbí girl àbí ọgbọ̀kọ̀ ara wọn. Eventually, I listened carefully and I realized that they are both influencers. Ìkan wá unfollow kan. Eléyìí ṣẹlẹ̀ ní London níjọ́ Saturday. Saturday ni mo ń sọ. Eventually, one of them lost their lives. Láti bí pé kán máa jà, street fight. From street fight, they end up, ká gba the last call ká tó máa lọ. So, ẹnìkan tó tún wá wà níbẹ̀ tóun kàn ń gbé kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹ̀ kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú ìjà tó ń jà, òun náà ti ní life change situation as we speak now. Ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. There was another issue or another incident that happened in Louisiana ní America. Máa yẹn pa ọmọ mẹ́jọ. Nínú mẹ́jọ yẹn, méje ní tiẹ̀ gangan nínú ẹ̀. Tóun fúnra rẹ̀ fokó rẹ̀, ẹ má bínú fún language yẹn, tó fi nǹkan rẹ̀ bí. Ìkẹjọ jẹ́ tíyàwó ẹ̀ bí síta àbí tó bí fẹ́lòmíì anyway. Ó pa àwọn mẹ́jẹ̀jọ. I'm talking about àwọn ọmọ 3 years old títí dé 12. Nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀. Kọ́lọ́run jọ̀ọ́ kó wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa. Ẹ bá gbóhùn sókè bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin ni the last caller ká tó parí ètò ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Káàbọ̀. Ẹ gbóhùn sókè.
Tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ láàbò, tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa fraudulent amalgamation wọ́n ṣe ní wọ́n ní 1914. Because àjọ yìí ní kúrò from 1914 wọ́n ti ní òyìnbó ti kú pọ̀ wọn ti ní wọ́n sínú ìlà yẹn wọ́n Yorùbá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn aṣèṣọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ bó àti lẹ́nu mẹ́ta yìí ẹ̀wọ̀n tí ìdákọ̀rọ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan tí àwọn pípọ̀ ń ṣe both minister partners lẹ́nu mẹ́ta yìí. Àwọn àti wá wo headline yẹn lénìí tí wọ́n ti káàkiri wálé fún wá sí bẹ́ẹ̀ òótọ́ ni ẹni tó bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu mẹ́ta yìí sọ. Now the question is that wọ́n tí ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé olóòótọ́ lòdò pé bàbá tó ń ṣe yóò máa ṣe máa ṣe ọ̀tún àti nǹkan.
Thank you, Walt Smith. Thank you, Walt Smith. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ṣé pé bóyá mo fi support sà ẹ fara yín mọ̀ mí sà kì í ṣe pé bóyá mo fi láti bẹ̀rù. The only my government listen to me which is it to say òun nìkan báyìí ni mo rí tó ń pẹ́ ìwò dáadáa never lie wrong ọ̀wọ́n bá dìde wọ Èkìtì state kò lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó lọ. Ọba méjì ní ìkọ̀lé local government.
Yeah. Okay.
Lẹ́lẹ́kejì, tẹ bá rántí ní December sí January, wọ́n padà wọ Èkìtì láti Èkìtì local government ní Kwara. Ṣáìdì Èrùkú yẹn lọ́ gbà wọlé sí Ìyẹ̀mẹ̀rọ̀. Nígbà tí wọ́n wọlé, àtàkì yẹn rí gan. Nígbàgbọ́ ọmọ kan, wọ́n ní $1 billion àti ọ̀kadà àti mọ́tò pẹ̀lú ọ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀. Náà sí láti nígbà yẹn. Nígbà tí gómìnà tó máa wọlé, the nursing, wọ́n call every one of them to work security. Yes, sir. We'll see for now.
Okay, that's good.
My question is that, dating that you are, she same thing.
New on those states.
How many kilometers right now? See government house.
Homeboy, thank you. Okay.
What one?
Ben.
Sir, don't think that just because of being more only contest for second time more.
Okay. 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 Beati next governor about Wale, maybe they will do better, and Aida Tiwa will probably, will have to leave. We leave it like that. I think we got the message. There's another breaking news coming from our staff. Ìkan náà team wa tó wà ní Òkè Ògùn. Wọ́n ka comment yẹn pé àwọn bandit ti wọ ìlú àgọ́ ààrẹ ní ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Atisbo lókè Ògùn ní alẹ́ yìí. This is a news coming from our Koikimedia reporter in that axis. Ìyáwá Felicia Gramani, things are becoming difficult. Tinubu nífẹ̀ẹ́ ogún ọdún pẹ̀lẹ́ wèrè nípa security. Ìgbà wo ni wèrè náà máa jáde báyìí pé President Tinubu ẹ ṣe kíákíá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ security tí ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Torí pé tí a bá fi ogún ọdún pẹ̀lẹ́ wèrè nípa security, ìgbà wo gan ni wèrè ó máa jáde báyìí? A dẹ̀ tẹ̀ fẹ́ kí wèrè jáde ju pé kó bá wa secure gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa. Mo pé eléyìí tí a mú wá ní àṣálẹ́ á níbi tí ó máa dé lọ́dọ̀ tí náà. Ẹ má bínú, àní lè gbé ẹnì kankan wọlé mọ́. Torí àsìkò ti lọ 9:10 and we are already almost 1 hour plus. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ kó máa pọ̀ púpọ̀. Tó bá tún dọ̀la, ẹ̀yin ẹ mú question yín wá kí a tún jọ gbé yẹ̀wò ká jọ jù síra wọn. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń béèrè pé níbo ni ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation dé báyìí gan, níbo là ń lọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation. One thing is, you would have to continue to dialogue and have conversation with people, stakeholders. Whether àti bá wọn sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ o, àìtí sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ o, stakeholders must be some people that you will continue to have discussion with. But while we are waiting for that, we have every right to tell our people that the security of our land is very, very important. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. I hope, the Tuesday evening has made your day. Thank you so much. Remember, Ọbẹ̀lẹ́dùmarè, àmàfìṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ wa. Àní wà níbi tí ọba ti ń wáyàn. Torí pé mo wo àwọn girls méjì yẹn, mo tún fídíò yẹn wò, mo wò. Kí ló lè fàjà tí ìkan wọnú mọ́tò tó dẹ̀ fa mọ́tò yẹn tó fi sí gear tó dẹ̀ dáàbò, ó tún reverse mọ́tò yẹn, ẹni tí mo sọ yẹn ti kú báyìí. This all happened on Saturday on the 19th. Wọ́n lọ sínú club ni, aṣọ tó wọ̀ jáde, ìkànnà tó ṣe. Mo wá ń calculate girl tó pààyàn yẹn. She's about 30 years old from, I think, her age. Maximum tó bá tẹ̀ fún ní 15 years, á jáde ní age 45. But ẹni tó kú yẹn, òun náà ti lọ. Ọbẹ̀lẹ́dùmarè, jọ̀ọ́ o, ikú tó ń káàkiri tó fi pààyàn, má pa wá o, má pa àwọn olólùfẹ́ mi o. Gbogbo àwọn tí ó wá fi ikú pa wá, kọ́ba Elédùmarè kó dá ikú yẹn padà lọ sọ́dọ̀ wọn, because I can't understand what happened. Níbi pọ́ ti farun wọn, wọ́n ti farun wọn, wọ́n ti yára wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà, and all of a sudden, ó dẹ̀ wọnú mọ́tò. Homeboys, mo kí ẹ o. Àwọn èèyàn Koikimedia gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fún mi ní gift. Kò ń ṣe pé mo mọ̀ ṣe náà, ẹ kọ̀ wọ́ lá pé èèyàn wa náà ni Koiki ká fún ní gift. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín, ẹ̀yin gifters wa lálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá gift wa náà tó yẹ pé comment ni, ara iṣẹ́ náà ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin panels mi tẹ́ bá mi dá sí, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Àwa gbà fún bàbá wa Ìgbòho Òòṣà, a gbà fún àwọn ọba wa, torí àwọn ọba wa ní iṣẹ́ tó máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa, and we must continue to engage them. Àwọn olóṣèlú wa, a lè má gbà fún gbogbo wọn tán because a mọ̀ pé rọ́pọ̀ lẹ́nu gbogbo wọn, but we have to dialogue with them, especially àwọn governors. Wọ́n náà ilẹ̀ ń gbowó tẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. So, and on that note, I'll be back again tomorrow. Remember, support Koikimedia. It is a voluntary organization. It is a voluntary donation. Mo kí Máyọ̀wá Abdulsalam, mo kí gbogbo àwọn staff mi pátápátá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ilẹ̀ Oòduà, àwọn Fúlàní onígbà lọ́wọ́ wa, Ìgbò onígbà lọ́wọ́ wa, Òyìnbó onígbà lọ́wọ́ wa, but káwa náà ṣe gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n fi nígbà lọ́wọ́ wa. Let's create the awareness, and if you want to support us, all the links are out there all the time. Thank you all the grammars and all our back-end staff. Allow staff to pé iṣẹ́ ńlá ló máa ń ṣe. And on that note, God bless you all. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. I hope you've enjoyed the program. Till we meet again, stay out of trouble. Bye for now.